Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go from Cleveland. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And when I watch him play, all I think about is the word improve. 4 interceptions in 2024. His big goal now, getting his team to a Super Bowl. Plenty of success during the regular season. Now they want to win at playoff time.
A check down here for Henry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
One of the selling points of the end round is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
There's a lot to like about Dylan Gabriel's game, and that was registered in the NFL draft when he went in the 3rd round. Incredibly experienced, starts 63 games in college, which is an FBS record. He may be undersized, but he understands the offense very well, and he's a terrific competitor.
Well, here's a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Yeah.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
I hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill.
Throwing now, Gabriel. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. To throw, Gabriel. That's going to be caught by Judy. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Gabriel. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with him, and picking up a first down. Charles, in the past, a lot of people call this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get this down to the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
This is Ford. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Gabriel looking to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Ford. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Now Gabriel. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying the crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Play action. Now it's Gabriel. This will be caught. Judy. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
To the air is Gabriel. Dances by at the 20. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 15.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Gabriel. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Browns are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Ford will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert absurd. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7 run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pushing his way through. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with him. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. The short throw caught by Andrews. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Ravens are able to move back in front.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Luke now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. On the ground, it's Ford. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here comes 3rd down at 7. Gabriel from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Lamar Jackson and the Raven offense heading out. He had the touchdown pass to his tight end Mark Andrews on the previous drive. And they'll start again here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. It's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again. and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
They go play action with Jackson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. On the move past the 40. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Jackson, now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They will start this drive with Ford. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Working out of the gun here, Gabriel. Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
The Raven passing game getting in sync.
And the Ravens first down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Early down stuff should put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. That is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. And they'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now he'll tuck this and run. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Ford. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now for the point after. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers set to take over one half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down and a yard. Throwing is Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. Jackson to Bateman there, first down Ravens.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. A little short one there, caught by Likely. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half,
How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
Number 16. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Gabriel.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off.
Kyle Van Noy, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field.
And I know that they double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Baltimore, 1st down. It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Ravens.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
To throw is Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line. 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 2nd and 10 at the 22
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Jackson now.
Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, 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 and finally the haymaker to put that drive away.
On his loop for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And incomplete on a deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Gabriel looking to throw.
Quick hitch, complete. It's 4. And he's got this down to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting rubbed backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10. Throwing now, Gabriel. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Gabriel. He'll try and do this himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's their quarterback. 34 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. They'll try and throw for him. And the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of it. That deficit stays right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and you're...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A short throw caught by Andrews. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Was that a design pass or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
looking to put a drive together.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On play action, it's Gabriel. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Gabriel from the gun on third down. Right back to Njoku. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They run with four. They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Play action, now it's Gabriel. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air is Gabriel. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 5. Off the option, here's Henry. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Jackson will try and do this himself. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs. That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in a season as the top running backs in the league.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. This time, Jackson will throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Turn his TV off, 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 turn his TV off. Ain't no other king in his rep thing, make siblings, nothing but my children. When they disappearing, I'm in a city.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Looking to put a drive together. Man on the outside. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still 1st down.
To throw, Gabriel. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Credit that sack to Travis Jones.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A 40-yard punt, giving 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this.
Keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And he will have a 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37. So that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Baltimore, 1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 63 yards. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Luke now for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37.
51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Again, they turn to Ford.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gabriel.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Working out of the gun here, Gabriel. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Glad to put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 3 yards out. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Browns 30.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. The tight end in motion right. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson from 17 yards out. And the Ravens tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
On his loop for the extra point.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant and keep throwing it around.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Off the play fake, Gabriel. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Gabriel going to throw for it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And the Ravens taking the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 6-yard pick.
Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.